like it's looking for her kid's coat.
Hey kids, welcome to the table. Tonight, we are not playing Stars of Icarus. We lost a pilot, and we want to have all four of us here when we start the next section of the story, which is a chain on the last one. So, Dakan Huzzah, thank you for the Prime subscription. I appreciate it, as always. Of course, it's kind of self-serving. He's right here. But
What?
he's a good guy. What can we say?
It's supposed to be secret.
Ah, secret.
Oh my.
My secret patron.
Yeah. My secret identity is out now.
I apologize. I've outed him. So tonight we're going to play King's Forge, which I don't think I've put on stream. And I don't know that... Have you played it?
Doesn't look familiar.
Hope you like rolling dice, because you're going to be rolling along tonight.
I do. I'm bad at it, but I do.
Fantastic. Yeah, dice hate me too. So just to be friendly.
Well, it's funny, as Amy said, I should play a dice game. I said, we never play dice games at Marks. Lo and behold.
Guess what? I'm gonna defy stereotype and play dice games
So
tonight.
I feel so.
Dice, dice hate me. So we're going to play King's Forge, and we're going to play it with one expansion. I have 5 expansions for it, but one will do. Just to line it up a little past the basic game. So to start, what you're going to need to do is grab 5 metal dice and choose one of these to be your icon.
Are you calling these the metal dice?
Those are the metal dice, yes.
These
They
are
represent-
double-sided.
They represent metal material, because your dice materials matter. And you do need one of these. I'll just take the lion, because nobody's making a move here. And that's going to help you keep track of what dice you have used and what dice you have gained that you can't use on a given turn.
I'll pick the bat for my wife.
The bat. The bat.
This is for you, honey.
There you go. Props to the honey.
Would you like your lights on?
I would love my lights on. You're the greatest. I'm a little behind trying to get things set up here because I had to refresh my memory on how to set the game up in the first place. So, in this game, you are rolling dice to try to forge items. 11, 12, 13. What I've done here is in a 3-player game, normally you would be trying to forge... The first person to forge 3 items wins the game. In order to kind of give us a little more time with the mechanics and the rules and stuff, I'm extending it to 4 items. So you'll be able to try to craft 4 of these items. I'm putting them in numeric order because they do get harder the higher the number goes, and it tells you to do that. So I'm just doing what I'm told. Just following the rules. Jeez, Derek, quit judging me.
Judging is my middle name.
That's right.
This is starting to ring a bell, so maybe I have played this long time.
Maybe. All right. Well, you're going to get a refresher here. So up here we have different items, and you'll see that they have a number of dice on the side of them. And those dice are of different values and different colors. The colors, of course, representing the different types of materials they are supposed to be. So you've got green dice. Green dice that are supposed to be wood material. You have black dice, which are supposed to be metal. And then you have red for gemstone, blue for magic, and then you have these light blue, clear transparent blue that are glass. Glass dice. Okay? I feel like I'm missing something here. These are supposed to be showing. In this game, you're going to have the opportunity to change dice out, gain dice, upgrade dice, trade dice, all this sort of stuff. And these first 3 come down here. These are the ones that are available at the start of the game to be able to craft. And this gives you an idea of what's coming up so you can plan for the future. That makes sense? Okay, because you can start anticipating what kind of dice you want to get. So on a turn, you're going to get to claim a gathering card. So here we've got 4 cards. There are 11 cards in this deck. And basically what that gets down to is you're going to have the opportunity to, every time you take a turn, you have to claim a card. Whether you do what's on that card or not, because taking the docks actions also makes you take a card. So you're going to have the opportunity to either trade dice in the glassworks, or you're going to change dice or trade dice or gather them on the docks. Okay. Then these will give you special abilities that are unique to the cards. So they're only available while they're there. If somebody takes one, you're not going to have access to it. But a new card will take its place, so it might be a different action. And the cards can do a lot of different things. They can give you bonus rerolls, or let you flip dice, or alter values. They may, they'll do die trades, of course. Lots of different options. So, and we can talk about some of the symbols. Okay. When you gain dice, they go to your forge. So your dice that are in your forge are not available for you to use on the current turn. These dice are available to you. So as you're doing your trades and spending your dice, you're spending the dice that are in your pool here in order to get dice into your forge for your next turn. But remember that whatever dice you don't have here can't be used to make anything. You need dice in your pool to be able to craft items. Because at the end of all of the actions, we will roll our dice and then use those values to determine if we can craft anything. Okay? So each of us are going to get a turn gaining a card and taking the action on it until we can't fill all 4. So there's 11 cards in the deck. So we're each going to get like 3 actions, right? Because then you wouldn't be able to repopulate. Is that right? I guess technically 7 options. So there's 7 replays. Is that correct? There's 4 out there. I'm trying to remember. Is it actually when it can't be filled, or when do they just all run out? Let's see here. Gather cards. Each has 2 possible actions. You can only take 1 action, so you can take the top or bottom of the card. White squares mean any die can be used. A green or a red square would indicate like wood or gem only. If there's a square that shows like 2 colors, 1 die of either of that color can be used. If there's an X in the space, it means you're going to lose the die. If there's not an X, you'll get it back. Make sense?
Yep.
So far?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, so typically, so like when you take a card, like if I do this, if I were to take this, if I were to claim this south mine, right, and I'm going to put, this says 2x, right, I have to commit 2 dice, and I'm going to gain 2 metal dice, and those metal dice will go into my forge. Okay. I'll get these back at the end of the turn.
Oh, you're getting them back. Okay.
Right, because there's no X, right?
Yeah.
But if instead I said, okay, I want to gain I want to gain one of these tokens that give me a +1, +1. This is 2 +1s that you can spend on your dice when you roll them. Okay, but it has an X. If I spend this die here to get this, I have to claim a card because that's one of the limiting factors of the round, and then I take this token. But then at the end of the round, when we clear up all the dice, this I don't get to keep it. It goes back to the supply because of the X. Okay. So, some of the actions you can see here, this one, you're going to lose a glass die in order to re-roll your dice. You can re-roll as many as you want. I'm honestly not entirely sure what that little clock symbol means, but we'll figure it out. This one lets you flip a die to its opposite face. This one lets you flip all 1s. So any 1s go to 6s. Okay. These, of course, let you exchange dice for other dice. So, like, if you lose a die here, you'll gain a wood. If you lose 2 dice here, you'll gain a wood and a metal. These are each 3 dice or 4 dice for gems, 4 dice and 5 dice for magic, because magic is wild. So you can use magic as anything, but there's also, well, actually, I say that. That's not true, because the gold dice are the wilds. So magic is specific, but they're used in higher end items, so for more, for higher values. So you're going to need them eventually to be able to craft anything at the top end if we're all in the race for the last one.
Yeah.
Okay. then these tokens. So of course we talked about the +1/+1 token, and there's 2 of these automatic 6s. They just count as a 6. You can spend it like a 6 die.
Of whatever color.
Yeah. Well, or do you, I think you use it to set a die. Yeah, you change a die to 6. Okay, so you have to have the material already. Now the reason that's important is because when we're crafting, okay, each player is going to get 1 chance to craft an item at the end of each of the gathering phases. Okay, and the first player, like say I'm the first player, okay, and I end up with 2 dice and I get 2 5s, right? I get the bare minimum and say, yeah, I can build that shield. Okay, I can claim the shield and just put it here in front of me. Say, okay, this is what I'm crafting. Okay, but if Hannah rolled a 6 and a 5 on 2 metal dice, she can steal it from me because her set of dice outranks mine.
So that's a minimum you have to.
That is the minimum you have to do to build it.
Okay.
Correct. Now, obviously, in the case of like the vase or the wooden spoons, there's only 1 die value there, so you can't just put extra dice on it to raise it. You actually have to have higher values of the dice that it's calling for. And if Derek had 2 6s, he could steal it from you.
Yeah.
So that is one of the risks that you face, is that if you don't go high enough, somebody could steal it from you, and then you've lost your opportunity that round to craft because you only get 1 chance.
Yeah.
Okay, but if nobody steals it, then at the end of the crafting phase, you'll have one in front of you. It'll be kept. I think you lose the dice. I know you lose glass. I'm pretty sure you spend the dice that are on the crafted card also. Gather, pass, craft. Oh, I lied. If you have enough dice of the proper colors and values, you may complete more than 1 item on your turn, including any craft cards that would just move to the center of the table. So if you have a lot of dice and the right values, you could, in theory, craft multiple items. But you still only get the 1 opportunity. But as soon as 1 gets crafted or pulled off the display, a new one comes out. So there's always 3 available for each player to choose from, or for the same player to choose again if they want to. If they're going to try to craft 2. Okay? Yes, so in the cleanup phase, if you completed 1 or more craft cards and those cards were not stolen, move all of the dice from the craft cards to your smithy tile. Tuck the completed craft cards under your smithy tile with the rank number showing so that other players know how many items you have crafted. A craft card under your smithy tile cannot be stolen from you. When 1 or more players have 4 craft cards under their smithy tile, the game ends. That's interesting. Didn't seem like it supplied enough craft cards to do that. In a 2-player game, game ends once it's 5. So did I misunderstand that number?
Well, I suppose if one of them had been lagging behind,
they
there's
didn't.
enough for 2 people to have.
They did 1 less. Although in a 4-player game, it's only 15, or it's only 13 instead of 15. That's interesting. So, yeah, basically they just cut the cards 1 short. I gave us 1 extra. Honestly, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a big deal. There's a lot of room for play with the rules in this game, even with all of them that there are. The game is over at the end of any round in which at least 1 player has claimed 4 or more craft cards. The player with the most crafted items at the end of the game is the winner. If 2 or more winning players have claimed the same number, the player possessing the craft card with the highest rank value is the winner. Makes sense? Because it would be the hardest thing to craft. Yep. Yes, and if you have dice left over after the crafting phase is complete, they'll just go back under your smithy to be used for the next round. Okay? The one thing I will say again is that glass cards, or glass dice, I believe are always lost when they craft. Yes, glass is always returned to stock. So if you craft an item that uses glass, any glass dice that are used on it will go back to the stock. It breaks. Okay? Everything else about the game, really, as far as questions go, is what's going to happen in these cards here. Those are randomized, so I don't know what's in them, except that there is a north and south mine and an east and west forest. And they will supply either metal or wood dice as their top action. The bottom actions will vary. And then, of course, I have provided us with something to contain our dice rolls because there are a lot of dice involved here. So. Any questions? I can get those out of the way if you want. I'll just stack them up over by the box. And we'll give the kids what they want, which is really to see what's going on. Right. Very nice. And let's see, the first player is the player who last built something takes the first player anvil and starts the game with the gathering phase. I built I don't know, is 3D printing building or is it actual assembly that's building?
I'd say assembling.
Assembling? So then I assembled a dice tower, which I should have down here, honestly. When was that? Saturday?
Maybe.
Yeah, more recent than me.
I should go get it, but that's okay. I only had so much time. All right, so then I will go first. You guys are going to see what's going on when we do that anyway, so that helps. I will... Oh, let's see. There was a comment about passing, and I want to make sure you guys know. So during the gather phase, you can claim a card. You can visit a dock location. If you visit a dock location, you still have to claim a card. You just don't use it. You turn it over. Tokens received from the docks are for use in this round only. So these tokens here, if you take these, you use them this round. Otherwise, you lose them. They get returned. Hey, Majestic. Welcome in. How are you today? Is it school's back in session, correct? Unfortunately. Howdy, howdy, howdy. I need to get I need to get the shark with the hat. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Yep, and it's exhausting. Yeah. Kids will take it out of you quickly, will they not? I feel like sometimes I'm just too old for that crap anymore. Like, I just don't want to deal with you. Snarky and acerbic. I'll pass.
I mean, I'm
Kids.
still snarky and acerbic, but maybe that's why I get along with the kids.
Exactly. You've learned how to turn it on and off, though. Sometimes I feel like they just don't get it yet. You know, it's like that's all they are. There is no other of them. It's also just chaos this year from organization. Oh no!
I just like to shake my cane at them and tell them to get off.
Get off my lawn.
How did they come tell their favorite adults? I just met someone who did do the get off my lawn thing. It was awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. So, what I was going to say was passing. If you decide that you do not want to claim an available gather card or an available dock action, or that you want to save the rest of your dice supply for the craft phase, you may choose to pass. A player that passes cannot take any further actions during the gather phase. No gather cards are removed from play, and the next player continues the gather phase as usual. If you are the first player to pass in this gather phase, then you may either take one metal die from the stock and add it to your supply directly, not to your forge, or you can take a +1/+1 token to use this round. I did just buy a new t-shirt, a new shirt though, that so me I had to buy it. Well, now we must know, so I hope there's an image appearing in my Discord at some point that we can go and check out. So yeah, you can pass, but passing is a one-time thing. Okay? It says, it is what it is, and it is not great. That's kind of what you say when it's not, right? It is what it is. Those need to be on the front and back, though, right? Like, the front needs to say it is what it is, and the back says it is not great. All right, so let's see. Then I said I was going to do something. I'm going to... Oh, do I want to be fancy?
So the cards last throughout the whole game, or just this round?
No, they go this round. So what you do is you'll take the cards, use them, and then at the end of when they're like you can't get any more, then they'll all go back. They'll get shuffled up and then redistributed again the next round. And I was going to say, the gather phase ends once all players have passed, or there are no more face-up gather cards, and at least one player has passed. So it's entirely possible that you could exhaust all of the cards out, and then the next player's like, well, I have to pass because there are no cards to take. So 11 cards, we'll each get a minimum of 3. Some will get 4.
Yeah.
But then wherever that ends up, then the next player available will get the next, I think. Well, then it starts from first player. I'm pretty sure. I'm trying to remember who gets the anvil. It's all in the front with a frog and a camping chair looking absolutely defeated. I like it. I like the image I'm getting painted in words here. Let's see here. Pass the first player anvil to the left. That player collects all 11 gather cards, shuffles them, and places the deck face down. New round begins with the gather phase. So yeah, it just passes left. So you'll be shorted, like when you're the third player, you could be shorted, but then you won't be. And that shorting will go all the way around. And it's going to change as people pass early and things like that. So given all that, then I'm going to take the glass blower. And I'm going to use the top half of the card, which means I gain 2 glass dice to hand, and you guys each gain 2 glass to your forges.
Thank you.
And then we reveal a new card. And now you can do that if you want. So what that's saying is you can spend 5 of any kind of die to gain 1 gem and 1 magic die, or lose, that's lose 5, by the way.
Yeah.
Or you can lose 2 plus spend a third and roll one of these yellow dice and use it as any type during crafting. So the nice thing about those is they're 8-sided. So you can get up to an 8 and use it as any value of any type. So it could be glass, it could be metal, it could be whatever you need. The only thing is that you can't guarantee how high it's going to be. You might get a 1. Okay? So this one lets you flip a die, and it can be any value to any value, so whatever's on the opposite side. That one does cost 3 if you want to use the top side, but you'll get them back at the end of the round. Majestic, do you have to wear like a certain like a business casual for your job, or do they let you kind of dress up however you want?
Yeah, I think
Ooh. Don't lose too many dice. Alright, so now. Yep, so you'll get to gain a yellow die. And you only get it for the 1 round.
Yeah.
And then it'll get returned. Okay. You got it. There's one of the forests. So you can spend 2 to gain a wood. Or if you spend 1 that you'll get back, you can get 3 plus 1s. So you can spend plus 1. You can spend them on any or all on same or different dice. Mix and match however you like. Just remember when you do that, you need to put your whatever you're going to do. So 2 dice, and that will gain you a wood.
That goes in the forge.
Correct. Copy a gather card ability previously used this turn and pay its cost. Ooh, I could get a yellow die too. Or I could spend a die to do this again. That seems worrisome. That didn't even cost me any dice. I will spend. What do we need down here? We need either a wood for 2 glass, a wood and any for 3 glass loss. That's for another glass. There's not a ton of glass out there yet. Lose 2 to get a 6. I also have my eye on getting a stupid looking umbrella hat because it's so hot out, but the one I'm looking at is stupid because it's like wearing a full size umbrella. 37-inch umbrella hat, and it's only like $10. That's amazing. How do you even see? Does it actually have a little like stand that it sits up off your head? And then do you strap it down? I'm curious. interesting possibility here. I'm gonna lose 2 dice and get a guaranteed 6. Oh, and I have to take a card for that. Let's just. We'll just get that out of the way. So that's lose a glass and roll a die. 1 to 3 gets wood, 4 to 6 gets a gem. Or pay 2 dice. You may use glass dice as any type except magic during crafting this round. Ooh. And it's tilted back a bit. You strap it on under the chin. Nice. I'm picturing Rick Moranis in Ghostbusters now. And then during the 7th Voltronii, this lore was a giant moose lore. Many Shups and Zuls knew what it was like to roast in the depths of the floor that day, I tell you. It's hideous and I love it. See, you talk about all these things, and I feel like you would just wear them to school to embarrass all of your students. That they would just be, shuddering with cringe. Except for the nerds. The nerds would love you.
So
Just like I do.
So if I were to claim this, could I copy your glass
You
lower
get,
card
it
and
says
get the...
gather copy a gather card ability previously used this turn and pay its cost. Now it is important to note that it does say previously used, right? So like you couldn't copy this and use this ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, you absolutely can. You just basically take that card, put a die on it, and then you would gain 2 glass to hand,
And everyone else would gain
2 glass to forge.
You.
The embarrassing is usually the fan favorite. Nice. That's the mill. Simple. Lose 2 dice, gain 2 wood, or lose a gem or magic, and then spend 3 additional dice to gain 3 wood and 2 metal.
Gem or magic. So
Yes.
red or-
You broke the blade and got the metal out of it. This is the first game William played at the one game storm he went to when he and I went together. While I was playing Valeria Card Kingdoms with Jonathan Liu, Geek Dad. He's pretty fun to play with.
What kind of die do you need for this one?
For which one? Top or bottom?
Top.
The top was looking for glass.
Which I do not have at the moment.
Excuse me. Feel like playing Minecraft. Huh. So you're gonna lose 2 to gain 2 green into your forge.
Go ahead and toss them down.
Keep their noise back.
Oh no.
Ah! Phone down. This is me.
Yeah.
The West Forest. 2 dice to get a green, or spend a die to get a +2. Ooh. I have a plan, but I feel like somebody's going to try to foil me. Over here. This one over here.
I mean, I don't know that I'm making a plan yet, but
Oh, I know you are conniving
I'm making like 5 plans.
and not to be trusted.
That's how I won Puerto Rico, because I'm also undefeated at Puerto Rico.
See, this is where this was the test. You should have played Puerto Rico. I knew I should have set it up on the table and let you walk into it. That would have been fun.
Yeah, see, and then I could have been here with my
Right.
staring him down like I stared my mom down that one game.
And I would just be like, I'm just here to watch. All right. That's just gain a metal die, or spend 7 to get gem and magic to hand. Not bad. Just expensive.
So, if I were to use this Glassworks, if I put a die here, I'd lose it. This would go to my forge, and these would go to.
No, the glass goes to your hand. This symbol means that whatever you're gaining goes to your pool, not to your forge.
Okay.
You get 1 glass die to your forge, or to your hand.
Okay, I was just making certain I understood that. I don't know that that's what I'm doing. Use glass die to roll a die. If it's 1 to 3, you receive a forest. If it's 4 to 6, receive a gem.
Yep.
It's 1.
What it is. Into the forge. Derek says, don't mind if I do.
Wait, another die.
Hmm. No. Well, it has to go well, but we'll see what happens here. And I will drop this one. You can take the last one or you can pass.
Yeah, I'll take it.
And gains 2 metal to the forge. Derek, what will you do? You will pass.
Oh, because I can't do it.
You can't do anything else. Yeah, there are no cards to remove, which is the whole indicator that you must pass. Okay, so then we move on to the crafting phase.
And I don't get anything for passing.
Yes, you either get a metal die or a +1/+1 token. I think the metal die goes to your hand.
So we're about to roll dice.
Yes.
I'll take the +1/+1.
Remember, it has to be used this turn or it goes back without use. Okay, so now crafting. Beginning with the first player and advancing clockwise, each player has 1 opportunity to craft any of the 3 items currently on display near the center of the table, or to steal any item that's crafted by another player earlier in the same round. When it is your turn to craft, take all of the unused dice in your supply and roll them. I have a 4, a 5, and a 5. Dice that have been placed on gather cards or in dox tiles are used and may not be rolled. Dice in your smithy tile cannot be rolled until the next round. You craft an item by matching your rolled dice by color and value to the dice requirements on one of the 3 craft cards on display near the center of the table. The values of your dice must meet or exceed. If you can allocate the appropriate color and value die to every dice square on the craft, then you have crafted that item and move the craft card to the table in front of you and place your allocated dice on the card so other players know you completed the crafted card. However, you don't claim it yet. So,
Can I change my answer real quick?
yes?
I did. So we're only rolling what we haven't used at all.
Correct.
But I could get one of these instead.
Correct.
Okay, I'm gonna do that instead.
All right, so I'm going to use my 5 glass to claim the vase, the vase. And so I'm going to do this to show the value of it currently. Then I'm going to, in fact, you know what? I'm going to use my +1s on this to make it a 6. And a +1 on this to make this a 6. So So that's spent. Then I'll spend this to make this a 6. This one will come out, and then I will claim it using a glass 6 and a metal 6. And the only reason that's even a decent play for me is because I rolled such high numbers. Otherwise, there would be risk because somebody could outcraft it and steal it from me. But I did manage to prevent that. So, unless you can make a 7 or an 8, I suppose. You do have that yellow die.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility. That is the end of my crafting phase. A 5 and a 2.
I will use this 5 on the wooden spoon.
Wooden spoons. Very good. And now the window comes out.
Can't do anything with just a singular die. So
True.
it is now
You can
your
put it
turn.
back on your forge, so you'll get it back next turn.
Yeah.
There's on that shield.
No, not gonna.
No?
I was just taking it for the dice.
Oh, 2-2-1? It's a terrible roll.
I mean, the
That's like my
odds are
kind
not
of
of
roll.
my favorite to roll 2 5s or
I mean, I
5
suppose.
plus, but
That's what I mean. Rolling more dice helps, though. Okay, so you did not craft anything. So now no steals occurred. So now we're doing the cleanup phase. So if you completed one or more craft cards and those cards are not stolen, you can move the dice from the cards to your smithy tile. Now in my case, I can only move the metal one because these 2 glass break.
And this also goes.
Which one?
The yellow die?
Correct, because you used it, and you don't keep that one. Now we're going to gather our resources back. So you're going to take back dice that are on spaces without X's. So like in this case, I spent these here. They have X's, so these are lost to me. So now my forge is looking a little light at the moment. And then you're going to take your completeds and tuck them under your forge like so to show what you've got. Good job. You did it, Derek.
woo!
All right, then this passes to you, Hannah. You are now the first player. And your first task is to collect all of these, shuffle them up, and place them here, and deal 4 out.
Glass blower.
Oh, you'd like that, wouldn't you? Yeah. Dang it. I just wanted to hang on to it for a little while longer. Congratulations, you just played Dice Forge. Or King's Forge, not Dice Forge. Dice Forge is a completely different game. It's an interesting game. I'm not super fond of it. I feel like the dice are fiddly, but I've played it. And now you start.
These come off.
Yeah, everything that's on your forge now comes off into your pool.
Yeah. Well, I'll take glass blower,
Cool.
which I get 2 in my hands, and you both get 2 in your forge.
So much glass flying around.
Now it's Derek's turn.
So there are other expansions to this game. There's one that introduces gold dice, and gold dice are wilds. You can use them for anything. There's a Queen's Jubilee, which adds like events that occur during the game. There's another one called, what's the name of that one? It's got a lot of different colored dice. Do a bunch of different things. I think it's called Masterworks. Yeah. So Masterworks has a whole bunch of specialty dice for the different game. And then there's another game, another expansion that adds tiles that give you benefits, apprentices. You get apprentices that help do some of the work for you, give you benefits. And yes, I was telling Hannah, I printed I designed this insert myself. And it contains all of the expansions in the game all together. Just to give you an idea, there are some cards we're not playing with, such as the Cemetery. The Cemetery gives you a special die. For the rest of the round, when any die roll matches the Cemetery's die value, that die is immediately canceled and returned to the player's smithy tile. What are you doing over there?
I can use glass dice as any type except magic.
Ooh, nice. He's got a lot of glass over there. Oh my goodness. I need dice. I just need dice. I don't want to spend dice. I just want to get dice. Is that okay? Hey, stupid fly. I think that fly's been in here since I replaced the doorknob yesterday. Pretty sure. This is gonna be a slow turn for me. That's what happens when I forge two things right at the beginning. I took that +2 and I didn't even use it. I took so many pluses and didn't use all of them. All right, we'll use the. Man, it's 2 for 1. How good is this wood? That's a loss of 2. That ability is for crafting, right?
Yes.
Okay. Not for smithing.
No,
There's
wait.
anyone for a glass to hand.
Which part is crafty?
This is gathering, and then crafting is this.
Oh, okay. The one
Alright.
Smithy? What?
Smith. Well, I said smithing, but it's gathering.
Oh, okay.
So that'll get me a green to my forge. Why do you so many dice?
Because I got a lot of collecting into my forge.
Yeah.
So I'll get a
You'll
3
get
plus
3
1.
plus 1s to spend during your crafting phase.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
No, Derek. That's the one I want.
I know, I'm sorry.
What are you copying?
Well, since glass counts as anything, I'm like,
Seems wise. I was just throwing glass around. So, what type of game is King's Forge? King's Forge is a resource management game, I think, with a variability element, so that your resources have variable values in order to spend them to get what gets you game-winning or end-game position. That pretty much it, and that's it in a nutshell. Everything else about the game is just variables on what type of game you're playing with what types of materials and what's available to build. Very simple. Yeah. Free dice. Do you have a copy of this at the store?
I don't think so.
Okay. I thought for some reason I see one for sale somewhere. Maybe that might have been Guardian over at Loa. Yeah, it's still in print. It's just a dice roller. It's pretty simple. Yeah, the variety in the game is all of the pieces that can go into it, and you can mix and match. There's like 4 expansions we're not using.
Getting a forest for my.
For your glass.
Yeah, since I have several glass die, which one am I taking?
I would say that in the panoply of games, this one is quite simple. So it allows you to jump into it quickly without a whole lot of rules overhead.
So this is every single one I roll that round is a 6.
Any one you roll flips to a 6, correct?
What's that one?
That lets you flip a die.
Flip to the opposite side.
Correct.
Gives me 33% chance
He likes you.
to get 6s.
Oh, you bugger. This cheeky fly.
And then this one's re-roll.
Reroll any number of your dice.
And
Get them both, and you've got a powerhouse. Rerolls and the flips. Because you can spend them in whatever order you choose. Look at him. Look at him. Is he even over here?
I don't know where he went.
Which you took the flip?
The all ones become 6s.
All ones are 6s. Okay. Let's see here.
And these tan ones, you can put any dice here?
Yes. Yeah.
Or white, whatever you want to call it.
I guess I will use 2 to get 2. Since I'm not crafting this turn anyway. It's a rebuilding year for my team. And I think I'm getting shorted a turn, or an action that nobody passes.
I think I'm gonna pass. I still get the +1/+1, or is
Or-
that
or-
only at the end of the?
Nope, you get it now. If you pass, you get either that or a metal die to your hand.
Take the +1/+1.
She says, no, that'd be silly.
I mean, I have metal die in my head right now. Several.
But you could have more.
I could. So now I have a total of 5 +1s.
Correct.
Could I use them all on the same die?
You can. In fact, you can make a die worth more than 6. In this game? Or is that an expansion? Let's see here, just to be sure. Dice manipulation. If you choose gather card actions with a dice roll bonus or acquired a +1/+1 automatic 6 token from the docks, manipulated dice are physically changed. If you have a +1 ability and apply it to a die showing a 4, you turn the die to a 5. Manipulated dice can temporarily have their values raised above 6. If a die's value is boosted above 6, place a die of any kind under it to represent 6 plus 6 to the die value on top. For example, a 2 metal with any die under it counts as an 8 metal. Okay. This is me?
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah,
I
one
don't-
card left and I pass, so is you.
I have no dice. Therefore, I cannot pay any dice costs for cards. Therefore, I must pass. So, Derek, you have the opportunity to take the last action.
You still get your.
No, only the first player to pass does that.
So I still mess with you.
Or I can do any of these.
Yep, you can do any dock action or glassworks action. So you could spend a metal to gain a glass to hand.
I don't know any metal.
What do you have?
I have 2 greens and the rest glass.
Oh, you could spend a green to get 2 glass,
Yeah.
or a green and a glass to get 3 glass. Or 2, I guess you can spend 2 green to get 3 glass if you want to. That seems like a waste. Just do the 1. And then that is you. Hey, and we're done. Yeah, because the end is, I think it specifically says, all players have passed, or there are no more face-up gather cards, and at least one player has passed. All right, so now we're into crafting. So starting with Hannah, you get to roll your dice. It's a massive handful of dice. It's kind of fun. Are dice for rolling or tracking? Rolling to determine value. For whoever has the most points, because the rich get richer. Nice. Well, that's me, but I'm not rolling any dice right now, so I guess we'll have to wait and see next round. Well, no, whoever, I guess that would be Hannah technically, but I have the most points, so it's gonna have to wait. I've got to re-roll. He probably didn't mean that, but that's what happened. So you got
I got a 6 and a 5.
6 and 5, so you
For
put
the
those on there.
shield.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use 1 of my +1s to make this a 6 and a 6.
Okay.
And then I have that's a 5.
Mm-hmm.
And then a 3 and a 5.
I'm glad I made it 4
I'll
cards.
use another +1 to make this a 6 and a 6, and that means I have 3 more +1s.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll make this 3 plus 6.
You know you have glass 4 over here, right? Instead of the 3, just to
Yeah,
get this.
but I couldn't do any of the next ones, so it's like, I mean, I guess it might have made sense to do the mosaic instead of the window, but I think I'm happy with this.
Sure. Whoever has the least points gets a draw 2. Sorry, mother child. Well, I don't know if the draw 2 counts for this one in particular, but we can put a 4th item out in the forge area for just accessible to the least points, which would be Derek. So Hannah gets stuck in the middle.
1s and 6s. I can flip these, but the 5s can't get any higher, nor can the 4. Okay. Why didn't you turn the 6 to a 7? Just out of curiosity.
She ran out of pluses.
No, I think
She
no,
says
yeah,
it's
I
okay.
ran out of pluses. I used the token and I had these 3,
Oh, and the 3.
so I
Mhm.
used 5 pluses.
Because you have a 6, and a 5?
Yes.
Mhm.
So I can steal that.
I did not clarify that. Yes, you can, as long as one of your dice exceed one of your opponent's dice, you can steal. So yes, he is correct.
Yeah.
He can steal the window from you if he wishes to do so.
Is he wishing to do so?
I mean, I think on principle he should, but that's his choice, not mine.
Yeah, it seems like I want to slow people down also. I hate to be mean, but
Well, I don't think it's mean when it means that you have the opportunity to craft 2 this turn.
I
Mhm.
don't craft. I mean, I could craft 2 no matter what, but but it just seems.
Oh. I forgot that you have the glass could be used as anything.
He does.
Yep. Or hold on. So what did you say the points are for?
They determine the winner in a tie break. So if 2 players have the same number of crafted items when the game ends, whoever has the higher value one will win. because there are no duplicates in the numbers.
Could leave you the 42 and then take these more expensive ones. I don't know how likely that is.
Just remember, the first player to reach 4 crafted items ends the game.
Yeah.
It just ends. There is no next turn.
I'll do this.
Okay. So now everybody's. I can't craft, so crafting is done. So now clean up. You're looking for spaces that have X's on them. If they don't, and you didn't craft with them, your dice go back to your forge. This guy gets lost. Everything else goes into your forge for now. This guy's lost. And your token comes back. I'll get that for you. And then Derek has responsibilities. Yeah, I mean the game, easily 3-4 rounds you're done.
Yeah.
So it's not overburdensome. It's not terribly long. It lets you have some fun playing with some dice.
Definitely 3 would be over very quickly.
Yeah, it does end quite quickly, and that's kind of why I decided it's like, we'll do 4. It gives you just a little more time with the mechanisms to play with them. Let me feel like, yeah, I kind of got a feel for it,
Well, and it's maybe because of the turning all the glass into whatever.
That was helpful for
really good. About
If you have it built up, it's definitely worth it. And those cards are selected randomly. I mean, I suppose I don't know if anybody has gone to the effort of looking at this game and saying, okay, here are some preset cards, kind of like with Dominion, right? Where it's like, here are some Dominion sets that work well, from a synergy standpoint to make it an interesting game, right? I don't know if anybody's done that with this game or not.
Yeah, you could also maybe do a variation where instead of repeating those cards, you just pull a different 13 or whatever it
11,
is.
where you could
11.
swap 2 separate decks. That could be interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
you could
every
also
turn
make it-
have a different.
Yeah, or you could just make it where you have the whole set of decks, the
Yeah.
cards that you mix together, and then just every round you deal 11 off of it, and you play
Yeah.
those 11, and then they get discarded for the next set. Yeah, there's all sorts of possibilities. Oh, hang on, these come off. These on. I got stuff to work with here. All right, guess what? These are not worth anything now. Ooh. I should take that one. I should take that one. Derek
You
knows what it
100%
is.
should take
Derek
that one.
knows what it is.
That one's not getting back to you.
No. All right, so my glass are wilds, except for magic. You can't use it for blue. Yep, not a big thinky game today. Somebody said I didn't want to do a lot of thinking. It may or may not have been me. And yet I feel like I'm thinking more than most. What do you?
A gather card.
Ah.
So I'm copying the glass to my hand.
Oh, you're copying the gather.
Yeah, the gathering the glass, but we only have.
Oh, how does that work? Are dice expected to be limited availability? Ah, Similar to the four major dice types, glass dice are considered to be finite in the supply. If players run out, no glass dice can be gained until someone returns the supply. So I'm assuming it would go in turn order. So you're copying, then he would get 2 to his forge, and I get nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. Bummer. Da-da-da. Dragon's Lair. Blue and red. Yes?
Yep.
To your forge? Or no, to hand.
Ooh, hand.
Oh, he did my move.
That's what I was thinking about too.
He did my move. Well, I can spend 1. There, no glass. No more glass. No more glass to get. So what, I have to get magic the hard way? Is that what you're saying? I feel like Derek has hamstrung me here.
Yeah, sorry. This was the fastest way.
I'll take a magic die into my forge. What card is going away? This one. Boop. Yep. And that is why there are 2 yellow dice, is because of the copy feature.
Yeah.
There's also a library die. So if you have the library in play, there's a white die. Allocate 1 wood die and 2 of any others that have been supplied. Move the library die from the stock to this card. Use the library die in the craft phase as this round as a card, as any color on a craft card. So the library die acts as a wild, and it can't be stolen by the peddler. I guess there's a card in here that lets you steal dice. And then that can be copied, so there are 2 library dice. And there's also some fun little interactions here and there. Is this me? Oh, what'd you do?
I got the 3+1.
3 plus 1s. Alright. I'm a pass. Oh. Yeah, no, I passed. I'll
Yeah.
take a card. Y'all can fight. Fight.
Take a tavern.
Is that flip a die? Or is that flip all ones? That's flip a die, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I took the flip all ones, didn't I? Yep, I did. I removed it from the possibilities.
Oh, you pass.
I did pass.
And-
but Derek is choosing.
Yeah.
Feel free to ignore me. As if I'm not even here.
It's an awful loud voice for something that doesn't exist.
That's right. Don't you forget it. Derek is in the unenviable position of having to go before me in the crafting phase. I will proceed to roll all ones. It will be unfortunate, but it must happen.
Nice.
I suppose I should have done that.
Which card is going? Boy.
What can you take from her? What?
Nice. We'll get rid of this one.
Okay. And then an important point, the yellow dice are not meant to be finite. If more than one player is in possession of this possession. Hey! You're good. Settle down.
Some of them now.
More than one player is in possession of the ability for the yellow die, e.g., second player copies this card at the workshop, or they have the apprentice in play, substitute dice may be used. Only for the yellow dice. What does that clock mean?
So is everybody passed?
Oh, I got a die.
And I passed.
You pass after that?
Yeah, and then I pass.
Okay. So yes, we have passed. That's funny. You may use clock abilities to modify it and use it as any type. It must be timed abilities, like for adjusting values. All right, Derek, crafting. Can he do it?
It's not a great start.
It is what it is, and it's not great.
Great. So my best bet.
There's some plus ones there to use. 5 of them? Gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Well, he saw what I could do with
He's
it.
going for the crossbow.
So 1, 2, 3.
There's your bare minimum.
So you have to beat by however many numbers. So it doesn't matter what I improve as long as your total dice value is higher than mine, right?
Correct. I would like to point out that I don't have a magic die.
Oh, those don't count as magic. That's right. I forgot about that.
So I can't even craft it.
Okay. Well, I did all that for nothing.
There you go.
But that's okay. I still get my.
You get the Queen's crossbow.
Yeah.
You can craft that. You can have it. Go for it. I mean, technically... Oh, no, you can't. I'd say she could have, but she doesn't have the same ability.
Yeah. Well, I also don't have, like, I was missing 2 of the ingredient types, and this can only be
1.
Yeah.
Correct. Alright, so now I'm crafting. Here's my chance. I just need to roll statistically above average. Or at average. Be big! Oh, they're big. I might have done it. I might have done it, kids! Although somebody might be able to steal it.
Oh, I think somebody can definitely steal.
Well,
Maybe.
no, see, if I do it right, they can't.
Mm.
So I have a 6 and a 6 and a 5 and a 5 and a 4 and a 1. The 1 is the problem.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, it came out very well. So I'm going to take the mosaic and I'm going to use 2 6s and a 5. And then I will take the wizard's goblet with a 5 and a 4, and then I'm going to use my 2 plus 1s to make this a 3.
It's all up to you. Is this the end of the game or not?
Well, we can also draw the next 2 down.
Yes, those 2 come down.
Not that I can
But,
do that,
yeah,
but
you have to steal. Steal to win. Throw some sand in his eye.
I don't think you can.
Pocket sand.
She doesn't have the right
Yeah.
types.
No, and I rolled all low anyway.
Ew, gross.
So, yeah, I could maybe have stolen the mosaic. Let me see.
Yeah, if you'd gotten 3.
I could flip one of them, which be a 6 now.
Mm-hmm. That's why I put the big ones on the mosaic. Was to make
Yeah.
that difficult.
Yeah, but I can't. That's still not enough.
So at the end of crafting, then you don't have anything to claim,
Yeah.
and then Derek and I claim ours, and that puts me at 4. Thus, ending the game. Derek, you had 3 of them.
Yeah.
And you ended up with 1 because some. Oh, you had 2.
I had 2.
You could have had 3. You could have had 3, but somebody stole one from you.
What a jerk.
So rude. So rude. And that is King's Forge. That's the whole game right there. We took 3 turns, and we ended it. Now, if you wanted to, we could play again. We could separate out cards and maybe put another expansion in, or we could set it aside and throw something else quick out, or we can end it. It's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
I put all the hard decisions on us.
It's a terribly hard decision. If you have things to do, you're more than welcome. I will find ways to occupy myself. Just want to make sure the kids don't miss out on their entertainment opportunities. You know, screen time is hard to fight for. Gotta capture those eyeballs, don't I?
Yeah, I think I'll head out because I have to work
You have to work.
the next 2 days as well because my employees are out of town. So.
Oh my gosh, it's a terrible life as a business owner.
Darn employees.
Dang it. Okay, before you leave though, I have something I want to show you. So I guess we will go ahead. It's a quick session today, kids. I didn't expect it to go that fast. I thought that we were going to have 4 players and we were going to be on a Carios like we always are. But we'll end early today and give you guys a little short session. It's almost like a short, but it's short compared to what we usually do. So
What did you redeem the rerolls or the draw 2s?
we did well. The draw 2 would have been like an extra craft, and the reroll wasn't necessary. It was mine, and I got a massive roll, so it didn't matter. So I guess Manjestic didn't get the opportunity to undermine me like he wants to. I'm sorry, Manjestic, but I'll make it up to you. Don't worry. You'll get more opportunities.
Yeah, you could give us some rerolls when we actually play Akarios, and that might be nice.
There you go. That's what we need. That's what we really need.
Or give the enemy rerolls.
That sounds more like your style. Anyway, kids, thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you being here. Tomorrow night, Frosthaven's going back on the table. And then I think the following Friday we're going to shoot for a second session. I'm not sure. We were talking about that.
Did you win the last time?
We did win.
No.
Oh, thank you, Dicey, for the consumed beverages. Good catch at the end there.
Cheers.
See you later, Manjestic. Appreciate you hanging out. Dicey, I know you got a stream coming up. Sometimes some board games. I might have to get on there and get get the daily challenge on Turing Machine with you if I get up there fast enough. We'll see. So Friday night, we'll see. I think we might get another Frosthaven session. We'll have to see, but tomorrow night for sure. And the next Monday, we'll be back here, and hopefully we'll get Stars of Karios going again. Make sure all of us are here. Nobody else. Mandatory attendance. We're a staff meeting.
Allegedly.
Vis-a-vis concordantly. You all, I love you all very much. Have a great night.